Hey guys, it's Tori here, and so today I'm going to be doing my first album review on this channel. So who better to start with than my friends in Set It Off, who just released their new album Upside Down a little over a week ago. So I got my copy right here, or is it this way? Haha, dad jokes. No, it is this way. Yeah, got it. But yeah, so they just released this album, and this is the follow-up to their last album, Duality, which I don't know about you guys, but I was really nervous for Set It Off to see if they were going to be able to top it, because to me, Duality was the album that really defined Set It Off and their identity as a band and who they were becoming, because it was the first album that really introduced the pop genre that they didn't really have before. So Upside Down, can it top it? I don't think so. I don't think Upside Down necessarily topped Duality, but I can say that it absolutely matched the level of quality, which for me is saying a lot, because Duality was one of my favorite albums when it first came out. I always had it on repeat. And so yes, I do think Upside Down is just as good. And so to backtrack a little bit here, a few days before the album came out, I was actually at Full Sail University in Orlando with Set It Off to host a Q&A with the band on stage, and we talked a lot about this new album, and the first thing I noticed right off the bat is just the new level of confidence and excitement and just inspiration that they were exuding, which although they had that with the past releases, it was an unparalleled level. Like, they are just so excited about this and so proud, and I think they've truly found who they want to be as a band with Upside Down. I think that level of excitement is what really shows on Upside Down, that makes it stand out from the previous releases. And I think the other thing that really makes this album stand out in comparison to Duality is how much diversity is on this album. They've clearly been playing around with a lot of different genres and adding new elements, and every song has its own character and personality. There's some R&B and some rap and pop, and of course they have some of their rock roots in there as well. Which leads me to, let's talk about the peaks and pits of this album. So, to me, the two peaks are the songs that are the most experimental, that have such different elements than what I'm used to hearing from Set It Off. And those songs are Admit It and Hypnotized. So Admit It has a very down and dirty and edgy R&B vibe to it. I remember the first time I listened through this album, I took that mental note of this song, okay, once I'm done listening through it, I'm gonna go straight back to Admit It, because that was the one that I just vibed with right off the bat. And the other standout to me was Hypnotized, where Cody is literally rapping, and it's such an angry and just dark song, and you can tell he's just letting it all out on this track. And to me, I always love a good angry song. I know I seem very happy, but I do like, some hard-hitting tracks. And that's the thing with this album, is just because it's pop doesn't mean you have to be in a good mood to listen to it. I think that's such a stereotype I have with the genre, is that I have to be happy and in a good mood to listen to pop music, which is totally not true, especially on Upside Down, because there's a lot of angry tracks. Cody's clearly letting a lot out on this album. So I think there's a song for every day of the week on here, but there are some happy tracks on here, which unfortunately is one of my pits of the album, and that's the title track, Upside Down. I just thought the song was very whimsical, but in a way that just didn't stand out to me. I was just sort of like, meh, could do without this track. Probably gonna skip it the next time I listen through the album. And it's not that it's a bad song, it's just not a standout, so I'd rather get to the ones I like more than sit and listen to it. The other songs that I think are just sort of meh would be Crutch and Me Without Us, which again, not that they're bad songs, but I just think there's better ones on this album that I would prefer to listen to over those. But yeah, Upside Down overall, such a great album, total success. For me, I really didn't think they would be able to even reach the level that they reached on Duality again, but they absolutely did. And thinking about Set It Off being a band in our scene, that they've played Warped Tour for several years, when I think of those scene bands, I think of bands that are kind of just stuck in this world. I mean, Pierce the Veil, Black Veil Brides, A Day to Remember. Although they are huge bands with massive fan bases, I think they'll always kind of be in our scene, and they're never going to branch into the mainstream. Whereas I think Set It Off could be one of the few exceptions that is able to grow and build a bigger fan base outside of this scene and do something huge. So, if you haven't listened to Upside Down yet, get on it while you still can. It is so fantastic. Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your music, just make sure you listen to it because it is such an incredible album, and I really don't think there are a lot of bands doing what they are doing right now. They're bringing back that 90s pop, the boy bands you love, the R&B that you love, and putting it into a new and modern album. So make sure you check it out. That's all I have to say, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!